You're getting your first pet reptile and the amount of choices can be overwhelming. Anacondas, alligators, geckos, iguanas, and the list goes on. But which one is perfect for you?
And today, hopefully we can help you find out. And of course, this is Weasley, the little Dumerils Monitor. So these guys don't get nearly as big as like an Asian water monitor. They only get about 3 feet. They don't get like 7, 8 feet. The croc monitors, 10, 12 feet. Super small, kind of easy to take care of. Mainly eat fish, invertebrates, bugs, that kind of thing. He's just super cute though. Is he good for you though?
Do you think an anaconda is a good first reptile?
She's only like 10 years old and she's 15 feet pushing 200 pounds.
Yeah, but she's so cute.
Yeah, but imagine what happens when she gets 18 feet over 300 pounds. Most people can't keep this in their house. We're in a 10-foot enclosure here, but she's moving across the street and she has 1,000 gallons of water. I mean, most people can't provide that.
So not a good first reptile.
No, bad idea. Next. Jay, do you think giant snakes are a good idea? Like a big retic?
As a first time pet?
Yeah, but it's not an anaconda. They don't pee and poop as much, right?
No, but this thing is still absolutely massive. Have you thought about the amount of food that you would have to keep in your house to feed this?
A few rabbits.
Few times a month.
Yeah, that's true.
And honestly, look at how huge this snake is. You were talking about Ivy's enclosure. Look at how huge this enclosure is.
Yeah, maybe they're not a good idea. They also have a big water bowl too, and if they poop a lot.
Mike, you aren't even thinking about this could literally crush someone.
So could I if I sat on them.
And that's why you're not a good first pet either.
Next. Jay, I got a good one. Come on. Ball python.
Mike, actually, you're right. This
Okay.
is actually one of the best reptiles that I think anyone could get.
Yeah, especially if you like snakes. They don't get nearly as big as a retic or an anaconda. It's still a python, so you can say you can own a python. They get maybe 4.5, 5 feet max.
Maybe. We also call them movie snakes because you could theoretically sit down, watch a whole movie while holding it, and chances are it's not gonna leave you. If you think about something like maybe a retic,
They move.
you're gonna lose that thing.
Yeah, the ball pythons are like a pet rock, but they also come in 1,000 different colors.
They come in white, black, yellow, blue,
purple, pumpkin,
highway,
a dreamsicle,
mystic potion,
pastel,
inchy,
normal.
spider.
You can literally get whatever color snake
No,
you
I'm
want.
not done naming ball pythons.
We got a whole list.
But we didn't even talk about my favorite one.
And of course, one of the coolest reptiles on the planet is a large monitor. Now, we're using baby kush for this example. Most people should not get a crocodile monitor. If you're gonna get a big monitor, maybe an Asian water. Not a good first pet.
I would like to caveat that. Maybe a tegu, maybe a Savannah monitor,
White throat.
maybe a white throat, maybe a black throat. If you are gonna own a Asian water monitor or a croc monitor, you gotta be really ready and committed for not just their size, their attitude, how much they eat. I mean, baby kush is being nice right now and it hurts. Not to mention the amount of food that they eat and the size of their enclosure. They get absolutely huge, and look, they need a lot of space to be able to run around. See, Kush is letting himself out. He said, I want some more space. I don't know what you guys' setup is like at home, but I don't have space for a monitor this size to just run around my house. Pretty crazy.
You got dogs, you got cats, small children. Not a good idea to have a big monitor running around. Okay, his nails suck so bad, dude.
Oh yeah, and that's another thing.
Ah.
The nails hurt. How you doing, Mike?
Ow!
Next.
It's just a hole.
You're fine. Oh.
Ow. Everybody had them. Everybody wants them. Iguana.
Mike, are we still talking about first time pet?
Well, yeah, but like everybody wants an iguana. Look how cool he is. You guys have seen Tabasco 100 times. He used to be puppy dog tame. Everybody always says, well, I had a 8-foot iguana. Oh, I had a 6-foot iguana. Sure, I'm sure you did, but what happened to it?
I have a 6.5-foot iguana.
You do, but you also have a 12-foot vision, and you got a big space for it.
Not a good first time pet. Again, guys, we're telling you about first time pets. We're not saying that these guys don't make good pets, but right now we're specifically talking about first time pet reptiles. You really do need to be experienced to keep an iguana of this size at home. The nails hurt, the tails hurt, the teeth hurt, the spikes hurt. He hurts.
No, I don't think a 10-year-old or a 50-year-old, if you've never kept a reptile before, should go out and buy a pet iguana. Yes, they're cute when they're this size,
They are so
but then green iguanas can get 7 feet with their tail. They need a tall thing, lots of space, lots of lights, vitamins and calcium and all the things. A lot of people can't provide that for a giant iguana.
Taking a big, beautiful animal like this and then just shoving it in a cage because it's mean or because you don't know what you're doing, it's also not fair to the animal.
Next,
Chaos ensues now.
another thing a lot of people think they want are crocodilians, whether that's alligators, crocodiles, caimans, gharials.
I
Well, you don't really have
love
gharials, but-
crocodilians. They're my favorite.
Dude, I love crocodilians too. Don't get an alligator as your first pet. We have them here. We have worked with these guys since they were itty bitty babies, and we have friends that have giant ones. Gatorland. Oh, look, a giant alligator park. Most people will get these and put them in their bathtub and let them roam around their house. Again, dogs, children, cats, pets. Alligators will eat them.
It also is not fair to the animal. animal. They don't want to live in your bathtub. Unless you can keep this monstrosity of a thing in your house, you just shouldn't do it. Because guess what? If you can keep this monstrosity in your house, still is not big enough. They're only 5 years old and they're only 5 feet. These things will get 10 to 12 feet long and can weigh up to 1,000 pounds. Where are you gonna put that?
Also, a lot of food. You guys see us feeding all the animals here, especially Salt and Pepper, the most. They eat every other day, and they could continue to eat. We just feed them what they need. They poop a lot. All they do is eat, sleep, and poop.
Mike, that sounds like you though.
Yeah, again, not a good pet.
I know we're talking about first-time pets. 99% of all crocodilians, not a good pet at all.
100% of crocodiles. No
Bad
pets.
pets.
No,
Don't do it.
I don't care if you've been working a long time. Don't get an alligator. Don't get a crocodile. Don't get a caiman. You're gonna lose fingers.
Toes. Mike. Huh.
Wow, you think leopard geckos make a good first pet?
Leopard geckos make awesome good first pets. Let's start with, of course, they're cute. Secondly, look at how tame these things are. Also, they're super easy to take care of. All you need is a little basking spot. All they like to eat crickets, mealworms, a little bit of calcium dust a couple times, water. Now, there's one thing to let you know though about getting a leopard gecko for a first time pet. They live 15 to 20 years. It's a big commitment. But think about it. You could take it to college with you. Oh, Mike, I think he likes you.
He loves me.
Another cool thing about leopard geckos, they come in all different colors. Yellow, orange,
Purple,
white,
green,
blue,
yellow,
polka dots,
spotted,
stripes,
lines,
no stripes.
clear almost.
Yeah, because the cute ones, the white ones have the little things.
But yes, leopard geckos do make a really, really good first time pet. Now, as babies, they are a little flighter.
They are. And they scream, very vocal.
They do make some noise. But you never have to clean up their shed because they eat it.
Also, did you know that leopard geckos often go to the bathroom in one spot in their enclosure their whole life?
Also, did you know that leopard geckos and fat-tailed geckos are the only geckos that have eyelids?
Also, did you know that you really don't need a large enclosure for a leopard gecko either? You could go 15 gallons at max and that would be okay for the rest of their life.
Or you could give them a mansion, like a 40-gallon.
Like we have here. Next.
Hey guys, shout out to Aura Frames. These are amazing Wi-Fi photo frames that allow you to connect with family anywhere around the world. We get to share photos with our family who are in different places. Like I've got relatives in Hawaii, I've got relatives in other states, and we can share them back and forth with this cool frame. It makes it so awesome because it's like you're right there and you get to share these memories and these experiences with each other. And actually it's a nice surprise. You get to come home and see, hey, what's new loaded up on my frame. Fun family tradition that I had when my family was growing up, hiding these little Santas all over the tree. So someone got to do that and then the rest of us had to find them. Obviously my kids are grown up, but you know what? This is a fun tradition that I want to share with the grandkids. And I think they'll have a lot of fun with it now that they're a little older. And I think it would be so awesome for us to do this year and capture some amazing photos of them trying to search for little Santas. And guess what? They can go right on my frame. This is a great gift. I can get one for Jade. I can get one for my sister-in-law who lives in Hawaii, for my mom, and we can all cross-share pictures all over the place and stay connected. I think this is gonna be great. And also the cool thing about these, they're not like the old ones where you have to worry about USBs or SD cards. That's what I'm all about, easy. And listen, we all have these crazy expensive phones nowadays with how many pictures on them that you never really see because they're on your phone. Upload them onto the frame, you get to look at them all the time. That's a no-brainer. Celebrate and commemorate all your best holiday memories. And I mean all of them because Aura has unlimited storage. It's one of the many reasons it's the best digital frame according to Wirecutter, The Strategist, and Wired. Save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver mat frames by using promo code BrianB at checkout. That's AURA frames.com, promo code BrianB. This deal is exclusive to listeners, so get yours now in time for the holidays. Terms and conditions apply. Big shout out to Aura Frames and happy holidays to all of you.
Got a good pet for you.
That's not a reptile.
I know, but listen, it's close enough, and we're talking about good first pet reptiles.
Not a reptile.
Not a reptile, but this is a really good first pet.
You're right. I mean, it does kind of have the same feeding schedule as a reptile. You only feed it once or twice a week. You know, you do this one.
Tarantulas and spiders and all bugs, they might not be for everyone, but they really do make really, really great first-time pets. As you guys see, we have everything that she needs right here in this little tarantula crib. She's got a house, she's got a humidifier, she's got plants, she's got her water, she's got her hydrometer. Everything that she needs is right here. They might not be for everyone. Mike, come over. They might not be for everyone, but let me tell you guys, I have a lot of tarantulas at home, and they are actually some of my favorite of all of the pets that I have, and they are really good for beginners. Toss a couple crickets in there, and depending on how warm you keep your house, you might not even need any sort of heating or lighting for these guys.
But they do come in a lot of different colors, but make sure you get a good recommended one. A curly hair or a rose hair. Don't go getting no baboons or...
Mike is very true about this. Mike, I didn't put tarantula
I had to look. I didn't see it.
Make sure you're doing your research. Get the proper tarantula. All the ones that Mike named are perfect. Please, I know that some of them are really beautiful. Duty sapphires, they're gorgeous. I would not recommend as your first time getting any sort of bug. Do your research, but these guys, super awesome. Another not good first time pet, tortoises. To be honest, I would say any species of tortoise as your first time pet probably is not the best. Although these guys are super cute, especially when you get the really small ones. They eat a lot, they poop a lot, and they are so absolutely destructive. You guys do not understand. We actually find little Ruby here in the wall most of the time from the holes that Matilda has dug for her. Super awesome as pets. Not a good first time one though at all, unless you're ready to feed about $50 a day in some of these large tortoises worth of vegetables. Not a good first time pet.
The other thing is they live like 100 years. But the other pet that's not a good first time, or sometimes not even good pet at all, our boy Bowser. Alligator savage turtles are very cool. They're very dinosaur-like. When they're hatched, they're like this big. These guys will get over 200 pounds and live over 200 years. So unless you have a zoo or some facility, people can continue to work there, or you have a bunch of grandkids, and then they have grandkids, and then they have grandkids, and then they have grandkids, and that might not even be 200 years, you know? But even the common snapping turtle, again, they're like quarter size when you get them, and then they're 50,
so
60
cute.
pounds. They're super cute, but not all of them are this nice neither. You could lose your arm. Are you ready to move on? Next.
Of course, we got Maisie the corn snake. These guys make for super awesome first time pets. I will say I'm a little bit biased and I would prefer a ball python as a first time pet, but if you do want something that moves around a little bit more, gets a little bit longer, a little bit more active, corn snakes are awesome.
All right, Jay picked a good one. What do you? Oh, stop, Brad.
I got Brad, dude. Why are you coming over here all hot?
I forgot, there was more stuff I wanted to tell you about corn snake. They also come in cool colors and patterns and scalers. You can find them
like
red,
purple.
you can find them black, you can find them purple. Also, you can get them with this cool checker pattern, which is cool. That's why they're called a corn snake. I'm just saying, it's probably better than his bearded dragon that he's gonna show.
Go. Okay, so next up we have a bearded dragon. These guys make a really, really good first pet. They do like it really hot. Sorry. Get out of here. They stay small. Brad is about full grown. He's not gonna get much bigger. And they eat salads every day, and they eat bugs every other day. Jay! God, he's so annoying sometimes. It's my turn. He showed the corn snake. Not incredibly too expensive to own. They are a little bit more maintaining, which is a good first pet because, you know, it teaches you some responsibility. What is happening? Jay! Get out of Perdita! Go!
Mike, are you done talking about bearded dragons?
Yeah, dude, I'm done talking about bearded dragons.
Yeah.
Okay? So
Was a bearded dragon your first pet?
no, ball python.
So giant snakes are out and there's no need for you to get a monitor or iguana for your first pet. Making your best pet reptile choices to be ball python, corn snake, leopard gecko, tarantula, and bearded dragon.
The ball python, great first pet, and the setup is relatively easy.
They don't need that much space. This is about equivalent to like a 40-gallon enclosure. Remember, the good thing about ball pythons, they stay in balls. They are not traveling all around. They're gonna get in one spot and stay. At any given time, we will catch Helen in that corner, and maybe this corner.
Yeah, the other thing is they need a hot spot of about 90 to 95 degrees, and then the cool side should be about 80 degrees. I mean, we just have a 75-watt bulb with a UVB, and the UVB is always up for debate, but I think it's a good idea to put it on your enclosure.
We want to give them some sort of decorations. We got our little rock in here, sticks, plants, so that way when it is time for them to shed out, they can use all those things to get all of the skin off of their skin.
And you only have to feed them once a week. What's not good about that, dog? You gotta feed them twice a day.
Oh,
tortoises, they eat a lot.
I wish I could only eat once a week.
I would die.
Of course, since they are a leopard gecko, these guys do like to climb, they do like to move about. So we have a little bit more stuff in their enclosure, but again, go outside, find cool sticks, find cool plants, find cool rocks.
Basking spot, we got heat bulb, we got UVB.
Just because these guys come from the desert doesn't mean that they don't want different levels of things to climb on in their enclosure. You also do want them to be able to get up top to get to the heat and the UV.
We see him climbing the walls all the time, and they're pretty fat.
Yeah.
If you also look, we also have a humid hide, which is very important because if they're ever shedding, you never want to mist them down directly because the skin will actually suction cup to their skin and it can create bacteria and infection, which is no bueno.
And also keep in mind, these guys eat their shed. So again, you should not be in there pulling off their shed and things like that. They will get it all off themselves and you will probably never see it because they eat it.
And if you don't want to throw bugs in there, put them in a little deli cup. It's very simple. They come over, they eat out of the cup. When they're done eating out of the cup, you throw the cup away, and you just keep feeding them. At the same time, though. Don't want a fat one.
Very similar enclosure to that of a ball python, but with these ones, luckily, since they like to climb so much, you actually can do these really awesome vertical enclosures. You see in here for Maisie, we've got her little hide that she can use. We've got a plant, and we've got her water dish. You don't have to go crazy with the decorations. Now you can if you want to. Obviously, our setup is a little different here. We're a zoo. We want to make sure people can see our animals. We have everything that she needs in here. She uses this when she needs to hide. She also uses this when she needs to shed her skin. We have her heat. We have her UV. We have her water dish. Again, these guys make super great pets. Feed them once a week, you got you an awesome best friend.
The setup for a bearded dragon might be a little bit more expensive than like a corn snake or a ball python. Once you get it set up, it is 100% ready to go. So a big 40 to 50 gallon is decent size. You can always go bigger depending on the bearded dragon. Obviously, Brad comes out, hangs out with all the people, runs around, but he does love his space. Now he's got a hot spot about 115 degrees right here on this log, 75 to 100 watt ball. Make sure you know the placing because you want it nice and warm and toasty for him because these guys do come from Australia. And then we got him a nice water bowl that he can drink from. Again, he just got his salad today thanks to Spencer and Connie. Fresh salad every day, bugs every other day. So a little bit more maintenance than like a leopard gecko. But these guys like it hot, dry, and nice and clean.
Talking about bearded dragons?
You kept talking about corn snakes. That's the list that we have for first time reptile. Did I say that right?
Oh.
First reptile. No. First good reptile. First reptile. There it is.
First good is crazy.
First good first. It's like, and that's our list for the good first reptile pet. That's good, right?
That doesn't mean that those are the only ones that are out there. Please make sure you guys do your research. Make sure you have all the information to keep your pet happy, healthy, and living a long time. And at the end of the day, the best first pet reptile is whatever you are going to love and care for the most.
And the longest.
And the longest.
They live a long time. All the animals we showed you live anywhere from 10 to 20 years.
Mike, too much information. I gotta get out of here.
Education, baby.
Yeah, speaking about.
Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, there's a playlist that you can watch all kinds of videos. You can also hit that subscription button. It would mean a lot to me. Also, hit that like button while you're down there. Have a wonderful day, Reptile Army. Remember, be kind to someone, and I promise I'll see you in the next one.